Okay, we're here with the big Terry Hollands, but what I'm wondering is what happened to the rest of you?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been on a bit of a weight cut the last sort of year and a half, 2 years. I've come down from about 450 to 330 now. So, yeah, I mean, it's more just I'm getting a bit older and I need to start looking after myself a little bit better. And power's not quite there where it used to be, but I'm hoping I can sort of make up for it on some of the moving events. I mean, the strength's coming back, but initially I took like a 60 kilo drop on my deadlift and things like that. But it is working its way back up, and hopefully I can get somewhere near to where I used to be.
That's what I'm wondering is, do you think at a physique like this, do you think you can eventually get to the point over time where you're at that same strength level?
I'm not too sure. I mean, hopefully I can, obviously, and I'll keep working hard to do that. But it's, you know, I mean, for me now, at the point I'm at in my career, I'm enjoying doing strongman still. I want to prolong my career as long as possible. Realistically, my chance of winning World's Strongest Man are probably passed, and I accept that now. So for now, it's about being as competitive as I can for as long as I can, because I want to keep doing it, you know, because I still love doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
How long did it take you to drop the weight off?
So I've dropped around about 120 pounds in just over 2 years. So, I mean, most of that's come sort of in the last year and a half. I was gradually sort of coming down from 205 kilos, so what's that, like 450, and I came down to about, well, just a touch under 400 pounds. And then from in the last sort of year and a bit is where I've made the drop down to like 330. So,
any like real specific changes, or did you just have to stop force feeding to maintain that big weight?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of just cleaning up my diet a little bit, but the big one for me, which, you know, is not something I'm proud of. I used to like a good few beers on the weekend, and so I basically stopped drinking.
We know how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. So I stopped drinking completely. I haven't drunk for a year now, any alcohol at all, and yeah, just clean my diet up a little bit. Try to increase the intensity in my training sessions a little bit.
Now, when you were at 450, it seems like a lot of those guys at that weight, you guys really are eating to an uncomfortable level all of the time anyways. Is it kind of easy when you are consuming that much food to just like not eat until it hurts and then the weight just kind of comes off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hitting like 8,000 calories a day, so it's not like I'm really under eating. I'm cutting weight on 8,000 calories a day, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, before I was probably 12,000, 13,000, and eating a lot of shit food as well, to be honest, just because, you know, I'm not like guys like Brian Shaw who've got these ridiculous appetites. And for me to hit 12,000 calories a day, I have to eat some crappy food in there as well, because, you know, I'm just not going to do that eating clean all the time. So it's, you know, I mean, it was just a case of just cleaning it up a little bit. I still eat way more food than I need, so, well, I feel like I do. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a case of just getting the shit out of the diet and eating a little bit more healthily and stopping drinking all the time.
So if we were to tell people the Terry Hollands diet, if you want to lose weight, just 8,000 calories a day, start there, see what happens, dial it in from there.
Question I've got for you, Terry. So you got the killer physique now. You've got this awesome British accent. I feel like the ladies have to be digging this. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, the reason I'm here mainly is because my girlfriend was competing in the fitness category. She comes second in the pro fitness, which, you know, I'm over the moon for her. But she's worked really hard, and, you know, I mean, yeah, if you've got a hot girlfriend like that, you've got to at least look half decent.
That's a good philosophy. Yeah, how about World's Strongest Man this year? Are you competing?
Yeah, I actually got my invite since I've been here. They were trying to send it to me a few weeks ago, but for some reason they didn't have, well, they had the wrong email for me. But yeah, no, I'm qualified end of April off to Philippines. I've got Arnold's Australia, Europe's Strongest Man, and FIBO in between then. So I've got a really busy couple of months coming up.
Does that become a lot of competing? I mean, how bad does that beat a guy up, that kind of doing the whole tour thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough, and I mean, it's really closed in now. Season used to be a lot longer. Everything seems to happen at once now. You used to have the Arnolds in March, and then Worlds was sort of September time. But for some reason now, it's all really crammed together. The only positive is, once I get past May, I'm pretty much done for the year, so I can relax a little bit. But, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough couple of months, but, you know, I'll pick and choose a little bit. Europe's is a big one for me, and Worlds, obviously. The FIBO and Arnold's Australia are more for fun, use them as training sessions. So I'll train in the week as I normally would and use it as like an event training session. And hopefully, you know, I can pick up a few little decent placings in those two. But obviously the main focus is always going to be World's Strongest Man.
Yeah. I don't know how much you got to watch the Arnold Strongman or not here, but curious if you had any takeaways between watching Thor dominated awesome performance, or anything about Brian or Mateus. There's some good performances out there. Anything you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, I watched most of it. If I wasn't watching it down here, I was watching it back in my hotel room on the live stream. But I mean, Thor's looked in great shape for a couple of months now. I mean, he's been getting stronger and stronger. I'm not surprised he won. You know, I mean, obviously, I think Brian and Thor are, you know, they're head and shoulders above the rest of the guys as a strong man as a whole. But you know, there were some good performances. I thought, like Rauno Heinler did well on the axle yesterday. He was starting to struggle a little bit with injuries. Mateus did amazing on the stone, and yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. Jerry on the frame carry as well was really impressive, and yeah, I mean, I think they did amazing. And I've done the Arnolds a couple of times, and I think people sort of don't always understand how hard it is. I mean, on your body. By the time you get to that last event, and it's like a 400-pound axle, I mean, that's a big weight if it was the first event, you know, let alone the last event. And for the guys to go out there and even get one rep is amazing.
One other thing, just to put in perspective to our listeners, you know, how good you've been at this for how long. Have you done more World's Strongest Man finals or World's Strongest Man competitions than anyone, or how many have you done? So
I've competed at World's Strongest Man now 13 times, and I made the final 9 years in a row, which is the record for the most consecutive finals. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good, but you know, obviously the aim's to get back to the final this year, because I've missed it the last 2 years, and I was retired for a year as well. So yeah, the plan is to get back to the final this year and see what happens.
Awesome.
Terry Hollands, lean, not very mean. Nice guy.
Yeah, thanks for taking
the
the time. I'm glad you're here with SBD.
Thank you.
Thank you.